WWDC 2023 is going to be held on June 5th through June 9th. And normally WWDC is a software-focused event, but this year we got a quote from the Apple newsroom saying WWDC 2023 is going to be our biggest and most exciting yet. That's something Apple hasn't said since WWDC 2017.
This is going to be the best and biggest WWDC ever.
That's when Apple announced a lot of new hardware. So there's definitely some sort of new hardware coming. First, let's talk about the software, starting with iOS 17. It was originally reported that iOS 17 was going to be more of a stability-focused update, but now Mark Gurman says that iOS 17 is going to have some nice-to-have features. Other than that, we haven't really heard that much else about iOS 17. Same goes for iPadOS 17. We haven't heard really anything about iPadOS 17. We have heard that macOS 14 will be sort of like iOS 17, where there isn't that many major improvements. And as for watchOS 10 and tvOS 17, nothing rumored yet. So what is coming at this WWDC that will make it the biggest and most exciting yet? Well, it's going to be Apple's next big product category, Apple Reality Pro. Apple Reality Pro is going to be an AR/VR headset. Apple has been working on this for years, but it's finally set for WWDC this year. Reality Pro will feature 4K 1.4-inch micro LED displays that will be 4,000 pixels per inch and 5,000 nits of brightness. That is the highest pixel density and highest brightness of any Apple product ever. It will also feature this design that is kind of inspired by the AirPods Max. It will be made of premium materials like glass, aluminum, and carbon fiber. And this headset will be extremely lightweight. Prototypes from March of 2022 were around 200 to 300 grams, but Apple's aiming to reduce it to 100 to 200 grams. It'll feature an Apple Watch-like digital crown that you can turn to transition to a pass-through-like mode, basically allowing you to see the real world. This headset will also feature replaceable headbands, and some of them might have different functionality. One headband may allow you to get spatial audio-like functionality like the AirPods. Apple's even developing a pancake lens that is going to allow for much thinner and lightweight lenses. This will make the headset way more expensive, but way more thinner and lightweight. The headset will also feature a 120-degree field of view, much wider than the 160-degree field of view on products like the MetaQuest Pro. The headset will feature the same M2 chip used in the MacBook Air, 13-inch MacBook Pro, and Mac Mini, not the M3 chip, which is most likely coming later this year. This headset will also feature the same H2 chip used in the AirPods Pro 2nd generation. This will allow for ultra-low latency audio. The headset will run a new OS called XROS. It will use a iOS-like user interface with iOS-like icons and customizable widgets. It will not require an iPhone or Mac for setup. It can work entirely by itself. And kind of like how Apple Silicon Macs can run iPhone and iPad apps without modification, this headset will run existing iOS apps, but in 2D. It will feature its own app store separate from the iOS and Mac app store, and you can use this headset as an external display for your Mac. This headset will be incredibly advanced and incredibly pricey at $3,000, and will most likely be previewed at this event and be shipping in the fall around the same time the iPhone 15 will be announced. So while the software coming at WWDC isn't going to be very exciting, the hardware with the Reality Pro might make this the most exciting WWDC to date.